Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeremy, this is Jeremy Rewinds, and I have a bag that didn't come from Goodwill full of video games.
Press start, let the adventures unfold. Retro games and
Okay, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeremy. Thank you for being here so much. Please, if you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Help me get this channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Right now, we are at about a quarter of the way there. At the time of filming of this video, we're about 217 subscribers. Anything you guys can do to pass the word around, I would really appreciate it. I would love to get more feedback on other opportunities that we can do on this channel. One thing I'm going to do for 2025 is, as you can see around this room, I have basically 3,000 video games across every console you can imagine, from Nintendo NES all the way to Genesis, PlayStation 2, I have some 3 obviously. I have 4 or 5 games obviously, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I don't collect for those consoles technically just because I'm not really into collecting those. I buy those just for fun, but one thing I've always said on this channel is that I use reselling money on the side. I go to a VC, I go stuff at garage sales, estate sales, things like that. Pick them up cheap, put them online, resell them to pay for the games that are in this collection. One thing I started doing recently is I started shying away from that. Not because I don't want to take advantage of that, but that's a lot of work. And unfortunately, some of these games, and I'll give you an example. Silent Hill 2, not a cheap game. Silent Hill 3, not a cheap game. Silent Hill 4, not a cheap game. This right here, these 3 games are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That is stupid to me. It should not be that. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying that I think spending $150 to $200 over and over and over is lunacy. And when you're going for a full set, you have no choice. You are literally against the wall. So you have to figure out a way. Do I just come up with the money out of pocket? Or do I buy something and resell it on the side? Do I say, hey, I just picked this up at Goodwill for $5. I'm going to put it online because I already have a copy of it. Or maybe you want to buy it for something else. Maybe you're not like me. But my point is, games are very, very expensive when you start getting in and away from your common games. Sonic the Hedgehog, $20 game, right? Mario on the NES, $10 game. Those are cheap games. This is not a cheap game. It just goes up. And some of the games you're going to see today are more pricier games. Not on this level price, of course, but they are pricier games. So what we're going to do is, I've been trying to collect video game collections. And if you've got a collection that you're interested in selling, let me know. I'm willing to be a little bit more fair, obviously, than a video game reselling store. I'm not going to go all the way up to full market. Don't ask. But it doesn't matter how big the collection is. I bought a collection from a guy that was close to $6,000 in Michigan. Very thrilled with that purchase because I was able to make multiple videos out of it, and I was able to collect new consoles, new games, very upgraded some of my own copies to better editions, of course. I'm a big SEGA guy. Look at, I got Sonic on me. I love video games. And so the childhood dream when I was a kid was I would get those ads, if you remember. I see people have them on eBay. They want $100 for it. Shame on you. The advertisements from Funko Land. I used to go into the Funko Land that we used to have in Saginaw there. I think it was a Funko Land. Right at the corner. It was over in the strip mall area there by where Circuit City was. And they used to have like newspapers, and it was just small print, just tons of video games and what the prices were. Those things are all but gone now, so I understand why they want as much as they want for a copy of it, but I'm just not interested in spending that much. It's kind of like Toys R Us Christmas catalogs. I used to have those by the buckets. I would go to Toys R Us with my mom. I would run inside, just let me run inside and grab the advertisement. At Christmas time, I would grab 1 or 2 to just destroy. Circle all the toys you want to get, and then keep the other one for like nostalgia. One day, Hurricane Irma, when we moved to Florida, destroyed basically so much of my childhood. It was ridiculous. And all the paper stuff is gone. Now I got to try to figure out how to get it again, but because of things like that, you go to eBay, a 1993 and 1994, for example, those 2 particular years of the Toys R Us Christmas catalogs, they're $40, $50 pretty regularly. You'll have some crazy person, I think somebody's going to give them $80, $90, or $100 for it when they were free. But I also understand things go away. Some things are worth more than aren't just because of the subject material. Anyways, that said, let's get in and away from my rant for the last few minutes and talk about going all the way back to the 1980s with the Nintendo NES and my first pickup, which is Roller Games? I can't even read. Yes, this is Roller Games on the NES. This particular game I did not have. They had a ton of NES games. Oh, I never even told you, this is from... I went back to pick up my TurboGrafx actually at this store from a few videos ago that I'm sure you've seen. My guy Miguel was inside. We did a great deal, worked a bunch of stuff out, and that's what all this stuff is. But I was there to pick up the TurboGrafx games, and we're going to eventually get around to playing those. But for right now, I figured, you know what, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and look and see what else Joe has in his store. Maybe Miguel and I can work out a good deal that works for me, that works for him, and we'll go forward from there. So, we got Roller Games. Roller Games here is, I have no idea. Could be fun, could be trash. I don't know. I just know that I did not have it in my collection. Into the 16-bit era with the Sega Genesis. And we got two games. This first one I'm going to show you, it's not in the best of conditions, but I did not have it, and I used to love this game in the arcade. This is called Super Off-Road. I remember playing in the arcade. It had the big steering wheels, if you remember, not big ones like 18-wheeler, but like actual steering wheels, 2, 3, 4. I think it might have been 3 steering wheels. The box is not in the best of shape as the back here. You can see right there. There is some damage to it. I'm not super thrilled about that by any means, but again, it is complete, and if I ever find another copy that's cleaner, then I'll upgrade, because here's the inside. One thing that always seems to be missing on these games are these. This is the little cardboard insert. If it doesn't have it, I always walk away. I'm not interested because I'll never find it. Here's the game. It's got a good label on it. Also has cards on the inside that I did not see. Let's look at these. You've got Bubsy. We've got Jack Nicholson Power Challenge. We've got The Duel, Hardball. Oh, you know what these are? These are all their games. Double Dragon, Winter Challenge, Warp Speed. Can't have Winter Challenge without Summer Challenge. Universal Soldier, and Brett Hull's Hockey. Coming soon. I hope it's still not coming soon, because that's a bit old.
Lame.
I did not know these were in here, and I don't know if they add any value, quite honestly, to it. But these are cool because everybody in the 90s wanted collector cards. So there you go. I got a bunch of collector cards. And what is kind of cool about it is it's like, you know, the front of the box, and then there's the back of the box, and it shows you the picture and tells you a little bit more about it, and so on and so forth. So that's really cool. Next thing it came with also was this Arcade Blockbuster Super Off-Road Double Dragon. I have the Double Dragon game. Here is your directions. And it came with a poster. Let's look at the poster. Okay, look at that. EA Sports. It's in the game. If it's in the game, it's in the game. And then here's the other side. And you've got all these EA games. Okay, moving on from there. We've got King Salmon. The Big Catch. Miguel and I were laughing about this one because I'm like, why is this one so expensive? I think they were asking like $30 for it. I don't understand why a fishing game is that pricey. I mean, it is in good shape, but again, it's a fishing game, so it should be in good shape because who really played it? But for whatever reason, I did pick this one up, and I am excited to try it out because there's got to be a reason why it's as pricey as it is. So that takes care of the Sega Genesis. Next, we're going to keep moving forward all the way into the late 90s. One PlayStation game. We've got us Arthur Ready to Race. I am not going to leave it in this little plastic thing. Whee! There we go, Arthur. Watch, there's no disc in here because I never actually looked. Oh! Whee! Well, it needs a new cover, that's for sure. Disc is beautiful condition. It's Arthur. There's Arthur. So I need a new cover. But if you saw in my previous video, I have a brand new, almost 40-pack of CD cases that are beautiful. I mean, they're brand new. So there we go. Arthur, Ready to Race for the PlayStation 1. As we continue to move forward, we'll go back to Sega for just a few minutes here, and we're going to look at a couple of games that were out on the Dreamcast. First one we're going to pick up is Coaster Works. Build the ride of your life. Basically, this is like a roller coaster tycoon game for your Sega Genesis, Dreamcast. It is in beautiful condition. One of those discs that probably, again, somebody bought like, oh, look, it's like Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's so much fun. And then they just hardly played it. Probably a trash game. Next one I picked up is Carrier. If you can hear it, you're already dead. Look at that creepy cover on this thing. If you can hear it, you're already dead. Here's the back of the case. This one, I looked it up on price charting. It's about a $40 game. If you look up on eBay, somewhere around there. You know, the disc is not in minty shape. Anyways, disc is in good shape outside of some kind of crud that's on my disc. In the 21st century, terrorism reigns supreme. You are part of an elite unit chosen to isolate and destroy Ark before it reaches land. Needs a new case for sure. Whee! But it was one that I did not have, and I'm looking forward to adding it to my collection. Our next pickup that we're going to get going forward a little bit further is the GameCube. This is X-Men Next Generation. I'm sorry, Next Dimension. For the GameCube, it is CIB. The disc is in good shape. I've gotten a disc recently, and I think I showed you guys. The label is peeled up off of it. This is not. I'm just saying, for example, and I saw one in there that was like that. Tell me down below, do you guys know? I haven't tried, actually, the disc. I should have tested it, but I never did. But tell me, do you know, once that label gets peeled up and it's like able to be seen through, is it gonna like even play? I don't think it will. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Whee! Anyways, moving forward from there, we picked up not one, but two. Going a little bit further forward into the Xbox 360 era with these two games. First one we picked up is Saboteur. I've heard amazing things about this game. I am super stoked to add this to my collection. It's not a high dollar game by any sense of the imagination, but it even includes, Miguel was funny, it has a redemption code for the Midnight Show, which is guaranteed probably already been used. But it says your ticket to the Midnight Show. I don't know, but there's a code on the back of it. And it has the manual, and the disc is in good shape. And I'm very excited to test this thing out because I've heard a lot of good things about it. The other one that I picked up that was in there was GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. Another CIB game. No idea if it's any good, but guess we're going to find out. The next thing I picked up, yes, I have a little bit of FOMO about it. I kind of hinted towards it a little bit ago. I don't know if I actually went further down the rabbit trail with it or not. I only have a little bit of FOMO with it because I'm collecting a lot of games for a lot of systems, and the one system that I really have a lot of hate towards, and I don't mean it like it's just a trash system, it's because there's so many games that are just low-end shovelware. And if you know the white boxes, you know what I'm talking about. It's the Nintendo Wii. Wii! Now, one thing about the Nintendo Wii is I think the reasons why the value of it has gone up to where it's at is because a lot of people are seeing that are in the video game collecting world. You're starting to see what I'm seeing, which is Nintendo Wii is cheap stuff. And these are just some shovelware games that I was like, it's a couple bucks. They're probably $3, $4, $5 games a piece. But at the end of the day, we're going to add them in because might as well get them now, right? I don't want to buy Balloon Pop for more than $2 or $3. But it is what it is. Somebody will, maybe, eventually. I don't know.
What an idiot.
But anyway, so we have Balloon Pop on the Wii. Next one we picked up is Wing Island. This one actually looks pretty cool. It's by Hudson Games. Just another flight kind of game. Another one I picked up by Zoo. Told you guys Zoo makes a lot of games for the Wii. This is Glacier 2. Just a racing game. Hopefully it's a fun one. I really don't know. One game I've been really interested in picking up, and this one actually has the lenticular with it, which I don't know if it's separate from the cover. It is. It's called Attack of the 3D Movies. Or Attack of the Movies in 3D. It's supposed to include 4 pairs of 3D glasses. Those like really cheap, chintzy, red and blue ones. It is CIB. But the other thing is, it also included this. And this is the lenticular cover. There we go. Look at that. I think you can tell. I don't know. This little card comes out though. I've been looking at this video game on the Xbox 360 and I just never seem to come across it. I want to get it with the glasses. I'm sure I can find it, probably $15, $20 on the 360, but apparently the glasses will work just as well with the Wii. Next one I picked up is George of the Jungle.
Watch out for that tree.
Search for the Secret. I don't know what it is, but he looks like the dad from the Fairly Odd Parents. It's really funny to me. But yeah, picked that up. Next one I picked up is a brand new factory sealed, but it is a pretty poor factory seal. It's been ripped up a little bit. But this is called Our House Party. It's just a party game. Nothing fancy. The other one I picked it up just because it just looked like one of those games that might have some value one day. This is called Legend of the Dragon. It is CIB, as all these are, obviously, and who knows, it's probably garbage. The one I am most excited about, which you're probably going to giggle at me, but I'm most excited, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for the Nintendo Wii! And I don't know what this is, but I've seen it before online, and I'm like, I'm going to find it one day. But it's only like a $5 game, I think. But I ended up picking it up because I'm like, I want to play that. Of all those games, that's the one I want to play the most. And then I ended up buying a few PlayStation 4 games. Now, I picked up these PlayStation 4 games because I asked Miguel, what do you think? What do you recommend of these 6 that I've gathered? A few he hadn't played, a few he had. The few he had, I was like, well, if you've got at least 50% or more that are in the pile, might as well throw the rest in because we'll try them out. I think this was one of the ones he said was really good. This is
What's wrong with them?
Arcania, The Complete Tale by Nordic Games. Nordic Games usually makes pretty decent games. Anyways, I haven't heard anything negative about it, but it did look good. It was one I've been looking at. Another one I picked up is Code Vein. Good old Bandai game right there. Whoa! Whee! That went flying. Next one I picked up is Tales of Arise. Another Bandai game. Next one I picked up that he also said was a good game is We Happy Few. Yeah, that looks like a bit of a creepy game. By Gearbox. The last two I think he said he had not played, but they look good to me. First one is called Greedfall. Forge a New World of Destiny. I don't know, it might be good, it might be bad. It says explore a mysterious world like no other. Influence people and make imperfect choices. Impactful. It's 10 o'clock at night. I need to go to bed. Engage in a core role-playing experience. And the last one is the deluxe edition of Earthfall. This is when the world ends, the fight begins. And I don't know. On these last two, he said he hadn't played them before. But I popped everything into price charting. We came to an agreement and life moved on. So that completes the pickup. Guys, I hope you had a great time watching this video. I had a good time putting it together. I tried making this video over the last 5 or 6 hours. I just kept having little interruptions here and there. My battery kept having issues. It's hot. It's exhausted, as it says on the screen. And then we had dinner and so on and so forth. So, you tell me, have you played any of these games I mean? And did you enjoy them? Tell me down below. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. And we will see you guys right here next time in the game room on Jeremy Rewinds.
Press start, let the adventures unfold. Retro games and